Go, go.
All right, what's up, YouTube? Your boy Crypto Tone coming at you with another video. So another quick video on one of my favorite coins here, Cardano. Cardano ADA founder Charles Hoskinson, perfect operability just a decade away. So I want to get into what he says there. We also got a price prediction from this Oofy website here. That's pretty good. So I'm gonna get into that as well at the end. Let's take a look at this perfect operability just a decade away article. You know, a lot's been cooking in the Cardano world lately, so definitely want to keep my eye on this one. So currently here against Bitcoin on the weekly chart, we're at about 1,600 sats. We had a nice run from the 1,000, 1,100 sat range all the way up to about 2,000 sats, and now we're kind of consolidating back in this area, but it looks like it could be bull flagging, which is pretty good. And that's on the weekly, more of a macro look at this particular coin. Let's also take a look at the USD valuation. It should be floating around 8.5, 9 cents. So currently we're at 8 cents. So we are taking a little bit of a dive here, but I'm not too afraid here, guys, because I think that, you know, there's a lot cooking in the Cardano world. You know, a lot of new developments coming out of the space. So I would think that prices are going to hold this 200-day moving average on the weekly, which is a very strong support now after our big move up a few weeks ago. So let's get into this article. Charles Hoskinson, the CEO of Cardano and one of the co-founders of Ethereum, provided some context to Cardano's plans for the future ahead of the company's April 17th IOHK Summit in Miami. His latest interview revealed the company's target markets and how Cardano will enter them. Personality cults won't solve the governance crisis in the crypto sphere. In an interview with Block TV, Yale's Lavi, Charles Hoskinson, the CEO of IOHK, spoke about the problems the crypto industry faces. Hoskinson's appearance on the Block TV Fireside Chat is just one of the many interviews the engineer gave during the past week in an effort to shed more light onto Cardano and the company's efforts to better the market. Hoskinson started out by agreeing with the statement that there is an ongoing governance crisis in the crypto sphere. Until now, there hasn't been a recorded case of establishing stable structures that were both leaderless and global. So I don't know if that's ever going to happen, honestly. Leaderless, even Bitcoin is not 100% leaderless. Okay, so the Satoshi wallet still has coins in it, although the miners pretty much control everything. If Satoshi were to move his coins, people are going to be shitting bricks. Cryptocurrencies have managed to challenge that, which is why the industry faces so many problems when it comes to regulating itself. When asked about the increasing trend of a single person being both responsible for a company's development and its official face, Hoskinson said that the blockchain's very nature prevents a cult of personality from being created. Therefore, Cardano is focused on creating tech that doesn't depend on the will of one person or entity in order to go against the rule of a few. That has plagued the entire global financial system. That is also the main reason why Cardano has established formal methods in peer review. According to Hoskinson, these math-based methods ensure the process is durable and can survive any single personality or a select group of leaders undermining the system. So, you know, Cardano has a nice way of kind of doing what they're going to do. They're going to be getting audited every like week or 2 weeks or something like that, which kind of, you know, lends more credibility to the blockchain, but it's really all kind of he said, she said until they really release. Perfect operability stifled by regulation, not slow tech development. The Colorado-based engineer then went on to describe his view of the industry. He responded to a question about when the industry will achieve perfect operability, saying it is much harder than it might seem. The PC took several decades to figure out, Hoskinson said, but then the web standard was completed in under 15 years. As time progresses, tech development moves increasingly faster, which is why both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi proliferated quickly. Yes, exactly. So there were enough devices in people's hands where we could put Bluetooth on and Wi-Fi on that it gained steam really quick. That's what I think the same thing is going to happen with crypto, because we have crypto wallets now. Everybody's on their phone 24/7. So as long as you have an app, that's all that matters. As long as you have an app, who cares? Like, it's going to be big if it's technology based and crypto based. When it comes to cryptocurrencies, Hoskinson described perfect operability as the ability to move information, state, and the value between different ledgers. This, he said, was anywhere between 5 and 10 years away. And while most protocols and standards could take much less time to mature, regulators will be the biggest determining factor. So we're still waiting on regulation, and we really need to get moving on that, because it's definitely putting a big damper on things. Hoskinson pointed out that mass adoption and so-called perfect operability won't happen everywhere, and it most certainly won't happen at the same time. Many regulators simply won't want to do that, he said. He said, however, say that there has been a lot of regulatory innovation in the last 2 years, with the turf between the CFTC and the SEC becoming more clear, and an acceptance of cryptocurrency ETFs could be on the way, Hoskinson noted. I think that's almost like inevitable that that's going to happen. The main reason why this might not happen so soon as the crypto market wants, is the fact that regulating a multi-billion-dollar economy requires careful deliberation, because the market is not run by institutional investors and is financed with retail investor money. Regulators are put in a tough position between protecting consumers and enabling the market to grow. Another thing that might delay mass adoption is the scope of global market. Hoskinson said, with many institutions and entities involved in policing different parts of the market, adding complexity. It will take time before conformity in regulation is achieved, since there is no single authority that can regulate the entire market. So very good point from this guy. He's pretty much a genius who really knows what he's talking about when it comes to, and he looks a lot older than he is, guys. He's only like 30 years old. So and I really think he should shave his head. Definitely should shave his head. I seen that on Twitter. Way better look for him. So not too much news in here on Cardano, but here we go. Let's get to the bottom here. So I want to kind of go over the Cardano part of this. So blockchain 3.0 will transform emerging economies. Despite being a highlight of crypto-related news in the past weeks, Cardano is trying to move away from the mainstream cryptocurrency bubble. The company is currently developing the newest iteration of blockchain tech, Dove Blockchain 3.0, which it wants to bring to the masses. Hoskinson said that Cardano's target market are 2 countries who don't have developed financial infrastructure, such as Ethiopia, Rwanda, Uganda, Mongolia, and other developing economies. Solving the problems of remittance and microfinance in these places is Cardano's priority, he said. Passing and implementing laws that govern financial issues is much faster in developing nations, and its effects can be felt more rapidly. So he's trying to go from 0 to 100 on some of these in some of these countries that don't have the infrastructure but may have mobile phones and Wi-Fi. In order to facilitate that, Cardano has already partnered with Tangam, a Swiss manufacturer of hardware wallets for cryptocurrencies. Having low-cost cards that act as crypto wallets for offline payments could help propel some of these emerging economies into the 21st century, Hoskinson said. So, get your friends and families together, watch Charles Hoskinson keynote speech, blah, 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 blah. So look at that Cardano card. I like that. And while the technology is 3 to 5 years from where it needs to be, the hundreds of engineers and developers working on solving this problem will eventually form an offline, off-chain, and infinitely scalable blockchain system. Wow, that would be unreal. The problems Cardano is working on solving are in line with Hoskinson's own vision of the future. When asked what his dream world would look like in 2030, he said he'd like the instantaneous exchange of different assets enter the mainstream. This would be done through the universal wallet, which would have all kinds of assets living in one interface. Everything from air miles, stocks, bonds, and gold to crypto and fiat currencies. That would be amazing. It really would. I mean, we definitely need something like that. Instead of having 3,000 apps, You can have one app with everything on it. Putting people in control of their finances and making individual decisions on which assets to hold and where is something both Hoskinson and the entire Cardano network are striving for, while most of the crypto industry agrees that the current financial system is far from ideal. It seems that Hoskinson and Cardano are ones that have progressed the furthest away from it. So, little video here. I'm not going to get into that right now, but want to talk about the price. So, very good article. Again, this guy Hoskinson is a very smart guy. I think that, you know, Cardano is definitely going to do big things, and they seem to be, you know, if they want to go after a target market where literally there's no one using anything besides their phone, and they don't have, their cash is not worth much and things like that, I think that that's a great market to start targeting, because that's where it's going to start from. It's going to start from these areas where no one really knows about, and once they start seeing that it works in these third world countries, then we're going to start to see it work in in larger, in more populated areas. So, price prediction for 2020 and 2025. Let's get into it. All right, so could ADA USD future forecast possibly fall short of the mark or moon? Tuesday, April 16th. Let's take a look. So, although still ranked the 9th largest crypto, being one of the top 10 trading currencies with the latest dips in November, ADA went down even on its year-to-date chart. The crypto was able to acquire some positive returns on its year-to-date charts. However, after the dip, that went on for weeks, with leaving only several days for rebounding of the market, including November 26th. So ADA is down by 2.5% in the last 365 days. Okay, so Cardano ADA price today is at about 8 cents. We all know that. So prediction here from the UFI.com. I don't know how credible they are, but let's see what they have to say. In case Cardano would enter 2019 Q2 price at 10 cents, in case the positive market trends strike the market, ADA could touch a highest price of 50 cents per unit by the end of the year. I would be content with that. However, I would like to see some higher prices in the future. By 2020, Cardano should have already implemented scalability solutions, or even set to officially become the third generation crypto, which might set it at the beginning price of 90 cents for 2020. The lowest ADA is said to be able to touch in 2020 is 90 cents, and the highest price predicted for Cardano is set at $5. So I am definitely invested in Cardano here at these prices, and I would love to see $5. More enthusiastic forecasts are predicting $33 for ADA in 2020, acquiring a stable pace of growth and keeping the value above $30. Lord, hear our prayers. Cardano ADA price prediction for 2025. So now we're getting really out there. It is considered, based on the price patterns of ADA and its future roadmap, that ADA might top in 2025, setting the lowest price of $15 per unit. The highest price in this case scenario would be $50 for ADA in the market, as it is considered that ADA will get closer to EOS and Ethereum on the list of top trading currencies. Given the fact that Cardano makes up for one of the most prominent blockchain projects in the market, with Charles Hoskinson on the head of IOHK dev team, ADA is more likely to surge to the moon than fall short of that mark. I completely agree. I mean, a lot of people are investing in him because of what he's doing, and just great guy. Well, Cardano ADA. So let me know what you think about these price predictions. They sound pretty good. I like the $50 one. I'll go with that. So Cardano development. Let's see what they got to say here. Not surprisingly, Cardano was developed by Charles Hoskinson, and its development is funded by the Input-Output Hong Kong. Ethereum can be called the second generation cryptocurrency, with Bitcoin being the first. The Cardano cryptocurrency can be considered the third generation technology. The aim of this project is to create a sustainable ecosystem which separates transaction of ADA coin and usage of smart contracts in different layers, and improves the shortcomings of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So he's got a vision, and a lot of people believe in it for sure. So great article and great price predictions. I really like what I hear. I would love to see $50 before 2025, though. I'm rooting for 2020. So let me know what you think in the comments below. And with that being said, like, subscribe. Turn on post notifications. Holla at your boy. Peace.